Mikoyan Mig-29 is a twin-engine aircraft which was primarily designed to be an air superiority fighter, but over the years has evolved into a multi-role aircraft capable of undertaking all kinds of roles. Initially envisioned to be a large aircraft capable of long-range, heavy payload and dominate the skies, competing with the most advanced American aircrafts of the era, it was realized that developing MiG-29 on these lines would create a big gap in capabilities of Soviet Air Force, which needed a replacement lightweight fighter. While capabilities like long range and powerful large fighter might look like something every Air Force desires, it also comes at a steep cost. Heavyweight aircrafts have a much higher procurement and, more importantly, operating costs. It was decided that the heavyweight fighter program would be handled by Sukhoi Company, and Mikoyan would instead focus on the advanced lightweight tactical fighter. The aircraft was now more or less tasked with protecting Soviet airspace and do interception of any reported bogies in its sector. It was designed keeping in mind use from semi-prepared or damaged runways, where the risk of debris ingestion is very high, and necessary design measure, including a secondary auxiliary air intake over its wing extensions, were included. These second dry air intakes would be open to allow airflow into engine, while the main air intakes would be covered by a mesh, which would keep any unwanted object from being ingested into the engine during takeoffs from poorly maintained or less prepared runways. By early 1980s, MiG-29 started joining Soviet Union Air Force, and NATO designated Fulcrum as a name for these. MiG-29 saw good export, with over 30+ nations operating these in various types or variants. Indian Air Force was the first international customer for the MiG-29. IAF placed an initial order in 1984, and the first of these MiG-29 were inducted into IAF in 1987. Follow-on orders were placed, and a total of around 70 to 75 were procured over time in various configurations. 29s played a crucial role during Kargil, where they performed roles of escorting IAF Mirage 2000 and Jaguars, which were bombing Pakistani positions, and also performed Combat Air Patrol, CAP. On one such patrol during the war, IAF's MiG-29 tracked a pair of Pakistani Air Force F-16 who were flying near Indian airspace and could have potentially threatened Indian positions. The IAF pilots decided to warn the Pakistani Air Force and locked the pair of F-16s, which forced the F-16s to make a quick exit. Had Kargil been a declared war and rules of engagement allowed IAF to engage Pakistani Air Force targets, MiG-29 with their advanced capabilities would have been a nightmare for Pakistani Air Force. While IAF was very happy with MiG-29, an upgrade was essential to maintain their edge, so IAF went ahead with a bespoke, extensive upgrade, which was labeled UPG. The UPG upgrade was not just about avionics and sensors, but also had structural enhancements to improve upon the base platform. UPG upgrade consists of a mix of Russian, Indian, and European components cherry-picked for the IAF MiG-29s. Earlier, MiG-29 was developed to be a light fighter, which meant that it was an agile fighter But as its internal fuel was limited, so its range and endurance were both not sufficient. To improve upon this, a prominent spine was added to the airframe, which doubled as a conformal fuel tank, allowing the Mig-29 UPG to carry an additional ton of internal fuel, increasing both the endurance and operational range of the 29 UPG. Also, an in-flight refueling probe allows the aircraft the ability to refuel in air, which further increases its operational range and flight time. Another enhancement done in UPG upgrade was switching to more advanced and powerful RD-33-3 engines. These burn fuel cleaner, hence generating much less smoke compared to older engines. RD-33-3 also offers improved serviceability and a longer engine service life. Other avionics and subsystems, like radar, was also upgraded in the UPG variant. The cockpit was improved with addition of multifunction displays, MFD, integration of helmet-mounted displays, HMD, and addition of a hood or head-up display. Mig-29 UPG cockpit is more ergonomic with hands-on throttle and stick or HOTAS configuration for controls. Another critical addition to the UPG upgrade was the DRDO-developed D-29 electronic warfare suite, which has enhanced its situational awareness and improved its survivability. In addition to all this, Mig-29 has been continuously integrated with advanced missiles and weapon systems, and currently work is being done for integration of various Indian missiles like Astra Mark 1 and 2, Rudram 1, Israeli Rampage, and other long-range standoff systems with the platform. Mig-29 UPG, as per the Russian admission itself, is the most advanced Mig-29 in the world. IAF will continue to upgrade and operate 29s for at least another decade. So, for the time being, the Indian BAAZ, Indian designation or name for 29, will continue to soar higher and higher.